You're not pretty, but your figure is good. You should be able to give me a child soon. Mercy looked at the man her family had arranged for her to marry. He is short and ugly, his red eyes scanning her up and down with a lecherous gaze. To scare him off, she had deliberately dotted her face with fake black moles. But to her surprise, he wasn't deterred. In fact, he had the audacity to bring up the topic of having children. He told her, I can pay to have those moles removed. Once your face is back to normal, we can find a hotel and sleep together. If you get pregnant and have a son, we'll get married. Mercy was so irritated she resisted the urge to dump the coffee on his head. Just as she was about to get up and leave, a tall man approached. Though he was in a wheelchair, he wore a well-tailored suit and he was undeniably handsome. Mercy was momentarily stunned by his appearance. The man across from Mercy became enraged because Mercy was paying another man attention. Who are you looking at? That cripple is nowhere near as handsome as me. Mercy couldn't take it anymore. Before he could continue, she interrupted him. I'm sorry, but I will never marry you. I've already found my true love, and it's him. Mercy stood up, placed her foot in front of the approaching wheelchair, cupped the man's face, and kissed him. Dexter Walker never expected a woman to be so bold as to kiss him like that. Even more surprising was that even though he is severely allergic to women, he felt perfectly fine with her kiss. The man across from table slammed his cup in a fit of rage, and left. Having vented her anger, Mercy felt much better. She was about to turn around and apologize to the innocent, handsome stranger, but he was already gone. After the disgusting matchmaking session, Mercy went straight home. When she got home, his family was angry with her. Her father yelled at her and her mother said to her, if you can't marry him, what happens if Wilkins withdraws his investment? He's the biggest shareholder in the company. Mercy, you can't be so selfish. Are you trying to bankrupt the company because of your own selfishness? Since it's about business and you need to marry off a daughter, why not let Zara go? Mercy retorted bluntly. Her sister Zara said, I am pretty, many boys love me, but you are lucky that Mr. Wilkins wants to marry you. Mercy was angry and she stormed out of the house in anger. Mercy went back to the restaurant she had visited that afternoon and bought a delicious meal. After finishing her meal, she went to the restroom to wash off the fake moles. As she stepped into the elevator, she saw the man she kissed that afternoon. The man looked sick, his face was red and his veins were bulging. Are you all right? Mercy reached out to touch his forehead. Before she could touch him, she was grabbed. The man paused, then pulled her forcefully, and Mercy fell into his arms. Dexter recognized her as the girl who had kissed him this afternoon. The moles were just a disguise, she was stunning without them. Since he didn't have an allergic reaction to her kiss, he decided to kiss her. Registered what was happening before her breath was stolen. And he was using his tongue. The next second, she was swept up into his arms and carried to a room. He was staring at her like a predator eyeing his prey. You took my first kiss. You're going to have to take responsibility for that, Dexter murmured in her ear, his voice low and seductive. Mercy was surprised. How am I supposed to take responsibility? Dexter replied, marry me. Before Mercy could say another word, the man seized her parted lips in a fierce kiss, and the rest of her clothes were torn to shreds. In the morning she woke up feeling a bit dazed. She stood only to notice the scattered red marks on her skin. Darn! It all came rushing back to her. What happened? Just then, there was a knock on the door and it opened almost immediately. Mercy wrapped herself in the blanket. She froze when she saw who came in. The man from yesterday was now sitting in a wheelchair, looking incredibly handsome. Get dressed first, then we can talk outside. Before Mercy could say anything, the man gestured for someone to bring in several gift boxes. When Mercy emerged from the room, the man's eyes lit up as he sat by the coffee table. Her long hair was slightly curled and she wore a stunning high-fashion piece from a top designer. Even without makeup, she was breathtaking. She sat down on the sofa opposite him. The man introduced himself as Dexter. "Sorry, I was drugged yesterday and acted rashly. Here is a marriage agreement. We're still young, so we can wait a couple of years to make it official. If there's anything else you want, I can make it up to you." Mercy was taken aback. "Are you joking with me?" "I'm serious," Dexter replied solemnly, then hesitated. "Or is it that you don't want to?" "Of course, who would want to marry a man in a wheelchair?" "Forget it. I'll give you some money." "Name your price." His expression turned cold. "Wait, I just didn't process it right away," Mercy said thoughtfully. Better to take control of her own fate than be sold off. Besides, the headmistress. And this man was quite handsome. It wasn't a bad deal. "Okay, I'll marry you." Mercy grabbed the marriage agreement and quickly signed her name. Dexter gazed at Mercy. "I want to know everything about you, my dear wife." Mercy looked away in shyness. "Here's $1 million for your pocket money. If you need more, just ask." When Mercy was dropped off at home by Dexter's people, she walked in to find her parents sitting. "Mercy, you think you're all grown up now? Why didn't you come back?" Her dad slammed his teacup on the table. Mercy casually tossed a card she had just deposited money onto on the coffee table. "Here's $1 million, the password is 6 zeros. This clears all the money I borrowed from you. From now on, I'll handle my own marriage decision." Michelle paused, then caught on quickly. "Where did you get that money? You didn't do anything illegal, did you? Don't drag us into trouble." Mercy let out a sarcastic laugh. "Relax, I just got lucky and won the lottery." The two were left speechless, mouths agape. Mercy returned